What's up, everyone? AJ Legend back here with another review, and this time I'm going to be taking a look at Darkman 3, Die, Darkman, Die, the third and final installment in the Darkman trilogy. This movie stars, once again, Arnold Vosloo as Peyton Westlake, Dr. Darkman, Jay Fahey as Peter Rooker. This movie is once again directed by Bradford May, with cinematography by Bradford May. This movie is co-written by Michael Collery and Mike Werb. If those names have any familiar, tongue tied here. If those names ring a bell, they co-wrote Face Off. Okay, so with that being said, I don't have a lot to say about Darkman 3. Darkman 3, pretty much the same thing as Return of the Durant. Darkman 2, it's direct-to-video. So what you see is what you get, from a production standpoint. Like I said, Bradford May does a journeyman's job with the production of this movie. It's not bad, it's well done, it's well made, it's well shot. His camera work isn't dynamic or anything, but it gets the job done. All the actors, in my opinion, put on decent performances. Once again, I still say Arnold Vosloo, no Liam Neeson, but still turns in a good performance as Peyton Westlake. Jeff Fahey as Peter Rooker is gleefully over the top, though his character, Peter Rooker itself, is, not that intriguing. He's no Robert Durant. Larry Drake as Robert Durant will forever go down as the best villain in the Darkman movies. Peter Rooker is just a throwaway villain. The only thing that's of intrigue with Peter Rooker's character is his family. His wife Angela and daughter Jenny, and I like the whole subplot of Westlake kind of falling in love with Angela and wanting to, pretty much be with her in a way, and he's pretty much Westlake starts to develop feelings for this mother and daughter, and I think the movie could have done a lot more with it. It explored it a little bit, but I don't think it went all the way with it. I would have had more scenes with Westlake and Angela. That's just me. But I like the direction that was going in. The overall plot of this movie is we find out that there's this doctor called Bridget Thorne, who was one of the doctors who operated on Westlake. She says that, I can make you have feeling again, with your nerves and sensations. Meanwhile, it was just a ploy to extract some of Westlake's DNA and turn it into a steroid to create ultra powerful people, pretty much. The whole movie is like a steroid type. It's like a say no to steroids message, pretty much. That's what it is. This movie was released in 1995. 1994, WWE had a steroid scandal, so this movie is kind of like, I think this movie is obviously, it's not heavily inspired by the Vince McMahon steroid scandal, but it is inspired by the numerous steroid scandals that were going on during that time. I just say the WWE steroid scandal because that was the more prominent one that was going on. And I actually would not be surprised if that played a large role in the production and writing of this film. So, yeah, like I said, there's not really a whole lot to cover with this movie from a story standpoint, mainly because that the more interesting beats of this movie, it kind of just glosses over, which is Westlake harboring feelings for this mother and daughter, and the whole rivalry between Westlake and Rooker doesn't really do anything for me. Like I said, the performances are fine. The story is just not all that. The story is just cookie cutter, just thrown together on a slab. Say here you go. The action is well choreographed for the most part. I like it. The fight scenes are well done. The practical effects look good. The burn makeup, when it's kept in shadow and you actually wet it down, it looks really realistic. But when you see it in light and it's dry, it looks like a rubber mask. Like the burn makeup looks really fake. And you get moments like that where it looks fake and it can be a little distracting, but not all the way. Then again, this is a movie called Darkman. The movie is a high concept, over the top, somewhat goofiness too. It's a live action cartoon, pretty much. Especially near the end of the movie where Peter Rooker injects himself with steroids and goes batshit crazy. And that's, to me, where Jeff Fahey is at his peak in this movie. Like throughout the movie, Jeff Fahey's kind of playing it. He's playing it over the top. He's playing it over the top, straight faced, pretty much. You know, it's an over the top performance, but for a large part of the movie, he's playing it kind of straight faced. And then when it gets to the end of the movie, that's where he just goes batshit insane. So I kind of like how they saved the whole batshit craziness to the end of the movie, and you get this over the top fight at this site where Darkman and Rooker are beating the shit out of each other. Rooker's daughter accidentally gets burned by natural gas, and it's pretty much a clock and a race against time and stuff like that. And that was, you know, I liked it. It was fun. Like I said, again, not a whole lot to say with this movie. Again, it's not a bad movie. It's good. I like it a lot. I like Darkman 2 much better than this one, but I still like this movie for what it is. Again, the love story that was brewing between Westlake and Angela was more interesting to me. Especially, there's this nice little scene where they're both watching the daughter Jenny in a school play with Beauty and the Beast, and it kind of mirrors the budding romance between these two. And again, I would prefer to see something like this be more explored. I think Darkman 3 should have been the movie where Westlake learns to love again, learns to have feeling again. But again, at least it touched on it, and you got to see a little bit of it. It's enough to satisfy the senses. I mean, you can clearly tell that there was more. There was more story to be told at the conclusion of this movie. Especially if you would have done Darkman 4, I would have further expanded upon the whole thing with Angela and Jenny, and pretty much having Westlake and Angela be a couple, and pretty much Westlake be a surrogate parent to Jenny herself. I think that would have been made for an interesting story. We didn't get a Darkman 4, so that movie never happened, and to me, it's wasted potential in Darkman 3. Well, I just keep droning about this movie. Like I said, I'm trying to find things to talk about because I don't really have that much to say about this movie. You know, it's an easy watch. It's a quick watch. It's entertaining. It'll keep your interest. And I am going to give it a 6 out of 10 at the end of the day. Darkman 2 is better because of Larry Drake. You take Larry Drake out, this movie, it's not horrible. It's not bad. At least you got Jeff Fahey, who is a good actor, and gave the character Peter Rooker some personality, though I think the character itself although I think his character is pretty interesting. But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, if you haven't seen Darkman 3, give it a watch. Why not? It's easy, it's quick, and you'll be entertained. So yeah, my name's AJ Legend. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more. Later.